Streeter, the culinary director of Cakebread Wines, the iconic brand from Napa Valley in the US. And Brian is here for something very special today. He is actually doing an entire dinner with Cakebread Wines for, for us here at the Lodi. So we're really looking forward to that. And welcome to India, Brian. This is your first trip to India.
Yes, it's very eye-opening. India is very different from the United States, and I'm very much enjoying my time here.
Yeah. So I wanted to start by asking you a little bit about the Cakebread food and wine philosophy, because you know, for Cakebread, it's been linked for a very, very long time. Food is as important to put the wines into perspective in a way.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about how that evolved and how you played out.
So Cakebread Cellars, Cakebread is the owner's last name. Jack and Dolores Cakebread started the winery about 45 years ago. And when they started, their philosophy, and we've followed it ever since, has been that wine is meant to be enjoyed with food at the table. It adds enjoyment to your time at the table with friends and family. And so that's always been a driving force in the style of wines that we make. We always wanted wines that would show well with food, that they weren't just meant to be wines that would stand alone and maybe get very high marks from wine writers. We were more concerned about making sure that our wines went well with foods at the table. So that's been our philosophy. It's been a fun job for me in that I've worked for the winery for close to 30 years. And to be a winery chef is a very unique job, nothing I ever thought about when I went to cooking school. What makes the Napa Valley unique and special is that the visitors, and special for a chef, people who come to the Napa Valley are there because they enjoy fine wine. And we make wines that compete on a world stage. And when they come to the Napa Valley, they're looking for good wines, but they also have a fine appreciation for food. And so those are the best people that you could cook for. And it makes it very enjoyable to be a chef in the Napa Valley. And in addition to the great wines we make, we also have a beautiful climate for growing grapes, also a beautiful climate for growing fruits and vegetables. We have great people who raise meats and seafood and make cheeses, and so the products that you get to work with in Northern California are, I think, some of the best in the United States.
So I was fascinated to hear about your American Harvest workshop that you've been doing for many, many years.
Very unique.
Again, very unique concept for a winery to do. So tell me a little bit about what it involves.
Yeah,
and
it takes a little while because there's many components to it, and so it's for people to understand what it is. Takes a little bit, but the idea behind the program, and we didn't do it this past year because of some construction at the winery, but we've done it for 30 years, and every year the idea that the winery had was to invite 5 chefs from different parts of the United States and sometimes even overseas to come to the winery during harvest. Mm-hmm. And if you've never been to the Napa Valley during harvest, it's one of those things you should do once because it's a very exciting time. It's a busy time, so it's when the grapes are coming to the winery, and wineries are very busy, and the tasting rooms are busy because we have a lot of visitors at that time. But it's a very special time, and so we wanted the program to always take place at that time of year to celebrate it. And the chefs are with us for better part of 4 days, and it's very hands-on. We call it sort of a boot camp for chefs. And so it's very intense, and we start early in the morning, just about every day, and we go all day long. And so we usually start off the program by having a farmer's market at the property. So we invite a lot of the small artisan food producers that we work with in Northern California, and that becomes the market basket for the chefs. And they don't know what their role is going to be when they come, but the responsibility of the chefs over those 4 days is to make dinner 2 nights in a row for our guests, for about 70 people. And each chef is assigned one of those foods and one of our wines, and they have to pair the two. So in addition to that, they also go pick grapes one morning in our vineyards, which is a a must experience. If you've never picked grapes, you gain a much greater appreciation once you've actually done it yourself, because it's actually very hard work. So they get to do that. We go visit some local farms. We have a master sommelier do a wine and food education with the chefs so that they can think a little bit more about how wine and food go together, so that when they create their dish, they're thinking about the wine just as much as they're thinking about the food. And then we do that, and there's other seminars involved as well. So there's many components to it, but it's very unique. I don't know of any other winery that does a program similar to this, and it's a lot of work. I've been associated with it the whole time that I've worked at the winery, but it's one of those programs that we really look forward to, because it really celebrates why we're in this industry. We very much enjoy and have a great pride in the wines that we make, and also that where they wind up at the table in fine restaurants around the world, but also in our customers' homes. And so it's an opportunity for us to celebrate that relationship that we have with our customers.